Today's episode is at Freshbox in Scottsdale, Arizona. Freshbox makes food the way you would in your own kitchen using fresh and wholesome ingredients from scratch without fillers, preservatives, or hidden ingredients. And they like to say it's like the new fashioned way of healthy eating. And my guest in the show today is Felicia Romero. Felicia is the owner of Fit Method, and she got our attention once we realized how engaged her social media following is and how big it is. Felicia has tens of thousands of followers on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and she's a pro at using Facebook Live, making social videos, and getting several TV segments each month to share her expertise. And she shares it all today.
If you own a gym or you need a gym, this is your guy.
My name's Mike, and I help fitness studios that are ready to take action, work hard, and grow their studios. In this very saturated industry, there's tons of competition, but the opportunities are incredible. We'll cover the most common challenges in the fitness world and invite guests in the show that have learned to overcome them and share their strategies with you. This is the GSD Show. Felicia Romero, the famous Felicia Romero.
Hi, how are you?
Good. And you know why you're famous to me?
No.
Because I see your stuff every day, 4 to 5 times a day. So I feel like I see your face more than some of the top celebrities out there because you're just always on my feed.
Yeah.
The reason you're on the show is because you've really found a way to not only post great content on social media, which isn't easy, but what's even tougher is you found a way to post it often and consistently. Like I'm talking every day. You're posting 4 to 5 different things and you're using Facebook, Facebook Live, Instagram. I don't know if you're on Twitter or Snapchat, but
I am on Twitter.
You're on Twitter?
I just started the Snapchat. I'm not quite as frequent on Snapchat. And the Facebook Live, I actually just started the last couple weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
It was actually a really good video though. So even though you're new at it, you figured it out. Probably because you just have a good understanding overall.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you started your business, well, you've had 2 businesses now. So tell me about the first one really quickly, and then let's dive into how you got into the second one.
Yeah, well the first one, I opened, it is in Gilbert, my hometown, and it was just a model. It was the one-on-one training type model, still in the fitness industry, but it sort of got away from me. I wasn't passionate about the one-on-one training anymore and the contest preparation, things like that. That's my background. I started as a competitor. Well, actually started as a trainer first, and then I started competing, but that whole gym really got into the whole contest prep portion of it, and I just was not passionate about that anymore. I mean, it was a great foundation for me, but I wanted to help the woman who looks in the mirror and is just unhappy with her body, or she just had a baby, or she needs to get going, she needs some inspiration, motivation. So that's why I started Fit Method.
Very cool. So now tell me a little bit about Fit Method and what kind of a style of fitness is it that people come and join?
Well, it's all group training. So they are coming in and they are doing, and functional. So you go in the gym, there are no machines. So we have TRX, we have BOSU balls, we have dumbbells, body bars. We do have a cycle as well. And they're coming in, they are using their whole body. I think most people nowadays don't even know how to do a burpee or know how to use their whole body. So what we teach them is, hey, we got to be functional. We have to use our body for the rest of our lives. So we really make them move it.
Got it. Now the kind of stuff that you post, it's all different too. It's not even the same thing. It's not this motivational quote that you took off online because you Googled motivational quotes and just figured how to post one. I see, actually the most recent thing that's been catching my eye is all of your trainers, because you have all different types of styles of fitness, all of them decided to put everybody through their own individual workout. So you all had to really understand what every individual person teaches by actually taking and letting them lead you in a class, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So tell me, how did that idea kick off? And was it your idea? Was it somebody else's? And how's it been working?
Yeah, well, it was actually my idea. You know, we have about 13 trainers at Fit Method, teaching anywhere from spin to yoga to TRX to group classes. And I just found that there was this disconnect with all of the trainers. You know, they come in, they do their job, they get the members motivated, and then they leave. And I wanted to create more of a relationship with the staff and with people in there, and I wanted them to get a taste of what it's like to do a little bit of yoga if they've never done yoga before, or do some spin if they've never cycled before, or do some TRX. And the yoga, they had no idea how to use the TRX, and now they know, and now they're not intimidated by it. So I think it was important for us to really take our craft and teach others, because I learn Sometimes I incorporate some yoga into my training and into my classes, and you learn from one another. And I think it's so important to do that.
And it was fun because all of you guys were having a fun time.
Yeah,
it
so
seems
fun.
like you guys were working together on a different level emotionally.
Right.
And that definitely transpired on Facebook because I saw comments and likes. And one person said, I wish you were by me. I would love to work out there. Another person said, I can't wait to join. Or, I mean, there was just a bunch of really great activity. It wasn't just like a like.
Right, and that's what makes fitness fun, to show that it's fun. It doesn't, you can sometimes think outside the box, and that's what I try to do with Fit Method. And I listen to the members. If they have a suggestion about something, we recently added a hip hop sculpt class because some of the members, they really wanted to get into dancing. We didn't want to necessarily add Zumba, but we kind of made our own little spin on it. So we take that feedback and we want to help people with their goals. And sometimes they don't want to jump on a bike, or they don't want to jump on a machine, or they don't want to run outside. They're like, you know what? I really want to dance. I'm like, okay, let's find a way to incorporate that in.
Do you remember the last thing that you posted, what it was, or one of the last things?
What did I post? Yes, I did a workout today.
A workout, okay. And was it on Facebook? Was it on Instagram? Was it on Twitter?
I posted it on Instagram. I tend to go to Instagram first for some reason. Yeah.
Do you ever post on Instagram and then share it to Facebook?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you posted on Instagram. About how long ago was it?
It was this morning.
This morning. So what did you do? What kind of a workout was it?
I did a TRX workout.
Now, what made you say, I'm going to do this and put it on Instagram? How did that even start?
Well, it was Friday, and I tend to kind of do some fitness stuff on Friday.
So you have kind of like a regimen?
I do. Okay. So for me, I wanted to throw something new. It's a move that I've been doing all week in all my classes. I usually, each week when I teach, and I don't teach tons, but the classes that I do teach, I have specific exercises that I do different every single week because I want the members to get something different. So I did this move this week that was really challenging, and it was fun, it was different, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and post it at the end of the week, but I've been doing it in all my classes all week, so I decided just to throw it up there. Okay.
And so it was a video on Instagram. So this is a raw uncut video. Sam, can you take a clip of that Instagram video, and when you edit this, and actually overlay it right here, because I want people to see it right now. So that this is actually the workout that you're doing.
Okay, yes.
Okay, cool. And so when people are watching this, they can see it's not like anything complex. And I'm assuming you didn't set up lights and a microphone. It's just a real quick thing. How long did it take for you to shoot the video?
Oh, like 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
My mom was there. My mom works the front desk.
Oh, really?
So,
oh, that's kind of cool.
I was like, hey, Mom, can you video this real quick? And she's a lot of times my video person because there's no one else there.
Moms love taking pictures of their kids and videos, so don't worry, you're probably making her feel good.
I had to teach her. I mean, there was times where she's like, what button do I push again? And she's like pushing it, and then she ends up like, because on the iPhone you can scroll and then it goes to photo, and she's like, I'm not sure why it's not recording, and she's taking photos of me the whole time.
She's adding filters.
Yeah, and I'm like, Mom, all you gotta do is just press this button, that's it. So she's like, let me go get my glasses. She puts her glasses on. So it's been a process, but she's learned, and so she's like my go-to now.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So, so Instagram, I've noticed you post videos, you post really great pictures as well. Tell me about the strategy a little bit more. I know you said Friday you typically like to do a workout that you maybe have done over the week.
Right.
What are some other days that you kind of know this is what I want to do on days like today?
Well, I can say that honestly, I've never taken like any social media classes or read about the trends, things like that. I honestly go off of how I'm feeling. Now, I like to provide good content, educational content, informative, inspiring content. I try to be very positive as well. Sometimes I might be going through something that doesn't have anything to do with fitness, and sometimes I'll post that, because for me, I feel like it's an outlet. It helps, but I wouldn't say there's any rhyme or reason, but I do like to make sure that the content is clean. There's some sort of, I guess, as far as my posts go, they're all very similar. There's nothing ever like off the wall. And I usually like to start out the week with some sort of workout and end the week with some sort of workout. And that's just my own personal, because Monday it's all about getting back into the gym, right?
Right.
And then same thing with the end of the week. But for me, people want to see workouts. So I want to give people what they want to see, and they want to see the workouts. They want to see what I'm eating. They want to see what the best thing is for your thyroid. So I try to provide that information. So I never like to go too far out to where I lose the people that follow me.
So now earlier you said that you don't really do a lot of the coaching anymore. Is that because you stepped out to really focus on the business a little bit more and you've built a team that takes over that, or is there another reason?
Yeah, you know, for me, I have big plans for Fit Method, and I definitely want to grow it. You know, I'd like to have multiple locations, and for me as a business owner, you know, if I'm teaching all the classes and everyone gets really used to seeing me, which is great because I love being there, but at times I kind of have to pull myself out to be able to promote and making sure that the business survives. You know, I'll never stop teaching, so I do teach, you know, 3 to 5 classes a week because that's my passion.
Right.
But I also want to make sure that the business will survive if I'm not there.
Because then the passion becomes, what I've learned is a lot of people, they get stuck in their passion.
Right.
And now they become a slave to what was their passion, and now this is the thing that's really making them miserable.
Right.
They can't teach the same way. They're focused on the wrong things.
Right.
And you know, what you've been able to do is really do it in the bite sizes that you want.
Right.
And you're probably allowing all your coaches to really do the same thing.
Yeah, and I was actually there. I remember a point a couple years ago where I wasn't having fun with training anymore. I felt stagnant. I felt like I was going through the motions with my clients and with my day, you know, or I would be happy when a client canceled, you know, so I could go home and like just reset or relax. And I'm like, that's not who I am. That's not what I'm all about. You know, I needed to get re-energized and reset. And again, another reason why I opened Fit Method, because it was a whole different passion of mine. And again, pulling me out from the typical training hours where I'd start at 5:30 in the morning and then I'd train till noon and then I had a break and then would go back from 3 to 7. That was like every single day. And I just got really burnt out. My mind wasn't being stimulated anymore. And I sort of lost it for a little bit until it came back, because I know in my heart I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing in my life right now.
Right.
And
that's not just you either. That's dentists are like that. Lawyers get that same feeling. Kids get that with school.
Right.
You know, and when you're just doing the same thing over and over, I mean, most kids love school in first grade and second grade.
Right.
Like, it was fun. Most kids get decent grades, good
Right.
grades in first grade. I mean, unless they just actually have like a struggle with learning.
Right.
But most kids, I did great in first grade. I did great in second grade.
Right.
Third grade was a little kind of weird,
Yeah.
right? And then by the time I got to 4th, 5th, 6th grade, I was challenged from my mom and dad and from my teachers.
Right.
But I was just, it's the same thing every single day. And yeah, and if you don't have a break from it, you know, the wrong personality especially can be tough.
Yeah.
And you know, so you didn't go through anything different. It's just you needed to kind of move it around, challenge it, and with the business, it's kind of like a whole nother client, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, this is something that's starting here,
Right.
and I need to get it in this healthy shape.
Right.
But
And I
the
know
only way to
earlier
do
we
it,
had talked about comfort zone.
yes,
Fit Method is completely out of my comfort zone because I was completely green to membership model. I didn't understand the membership model. You know, I came from, people came to me for a service, and it was this intimate one-on-one
12
experience,
sessions a month.
12 sessions, 16 sessions, whatever. And they relied on me, Felicia. Now, people come in and they're buying memberships. They're buying an idea, a product, a business. They're not coming for Felicia. You know, they're coming because of Fit Method. And that's hard. And it's hard. It was hard for me too not to take things personally when people would cancel their memberships. I'm like, whoa, I don't lose clients. Like, that's not me. Like, I always keep my clients. People always train and continue to train.
Right.
Why do you want to cancel? And I would take it personally, where I had to really develop this thick skin. It has nothing to do with me. Maybe they were going through some financial, you know, whatever. And sometimes people just don't want the membership anymore and that commitment.
attrition's impossible to avoid in fitness
Right.
because people move,
Right.
people get surgeries, or
Right.
they have medical conditions they don't necessarily want to share,
Right.
but they just know they're not going to be able to work out.
Right.
Stuff, work gets more demanding.
Right.
Children may get in certain condition, they don't want to
Right.
share, same thing.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you're dealing with memberships, that's the thing, you may have 200 members.
Yeah.
The more members you get, the higher chance you have of people canceling because life happens,
Right.
period.
Right.
When you're
Right.
only working with 30 clients, you may only lose 1 or 2 clients a month, maybe.
Right. Yeah.
When you
and
have
I wasn't used
3
to
times,
that.
yeah.
So it was like scary for me. I'm like, whoa, what does this person want to cancel? And keeping the membership, and it was all new, you know. And so I had a lot of learning, you know, growing pains in the first 6 months of the business.
Now you have, go back to the social media a little
Okay.
bit. With Facebook and Instagram, you said you liked starting with Instagram first. And I've noticed, because I follow both, you have Felicia, and then you also have Fit Method, both posting at the same time.
Right.
Sometimes they're the same.
Right.
Sometimes this has its own deal.
Right.
This has its own deal. So tell me a little bit about why you like to keep those two things separate, yet still promote them heavily each.
Right. Well, I really felt like Fit Method needed its own face, you know. Even though it's Felicia Romero's Fit Method, I feel like it had to sort of take off on its own and be its own brand, even though it started out with me.
Right.
The thing about my personal Instagram is I can kind of go off and talk about personal things, things that I might struggle with that I might not necessarily put on the Fit Method page.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean? So I kind of wanted to keep that separate so that I have like, hey, I'm going out to dinner with my girlfriend and we're at this awesome restaurant and look at the atmosphere, which wouldn't really necessarily go on the Fit Method page, you know, because there was really no point, you know.
Right.
With that Fit Method, I wanted it to be about the gym and fitness and motivation and what people are seeing when it comes to the classes and what to expect. So that's why I kept it separate.
That's good. And you know, I know you said you just got on Snapchat, which knowing how amazing you've picked up Instagram and Facebook and how much you've made it work for you the way you have, you're going to pick this up really quickly. But what I love about Snapchat is it taps into a different channel that that we haven't gotten in social media. It's that behind the scenes stuff.
Totally.
You know, and we all love that show. You had to have heard of it, but How It's Made.
Yes.
Yeah. So like. Everybody sees the guitar, but no one ever saw a guitar get made or how it's made. Everyone sees, you know, a piano or a table like that, but nobody ever sees how it's made.
Right.
And we love watching it. We'll watch a whole half hour on how a piano's made.
Right.
And we'll be interested the whole way, and it's shocking because we're always so used to seeing the end result. With fitness, it's the same deal. I think we're kind of bored of seeing the guy with the six-pack. We're kind of bored of seeing the girl up there looking ripped because it's becoming so common now.
Right.
And it becomes almost fake. But when you look and you see the behind the scenes stuff, we love to know that people are normal like us, because then it makes it more real. Have you ever, think about your fourth grade teacher. I don't know if you can think of her, who she or he is, but I remember I saw my fourth grade teacher once when I was at the movie theater, and she was in line at the movies. And it was so weird to me. I was like, she goes to the movies? Like, I think she just disappears after class. Like, just nothing else that happens.
So true.
Right?
Oh my gosh, totally.
And then it's so cool. Now, maybe let's say you didn't have any good or bad relationship with the teacher. It was neutral. She was your teacher.
Right.
But now when you walk into class the next day and you make eye contact with her, there's like a weird, cool connection. Like, hey, I just saw you last night, right? And you want to talk to the guy next to you. Like, hey, she's really cool. I saw her at, you know, X-Men or whatever.
Right.
And I think the same thing happens. Snapchat's really able to capture that because Instagram, people like doing it too, but we still know it's a setup, right? We're putting filters and we're sizing. You don't do that on Snapchat.
No, it's like real, raw, in the moment.
Right, and you got 10 seconds, you know, to get it out. So I know you're going to really do great with it. And actually, I can't wait. We might do a part 2 of this just to see how you've been able to do it. I know you're going to blow up with it.
Yeah.
So with Instagram right now, how many followers do you have on your personal one?
On Instagram, I would say it's like a little over 52,000.
52,000?
Yeah.
And on average, how many likes or comments would you say you typically get?
This is funny because, so since I've had Instagram and, you know, over the years my brand sort of changed and I wanted to kind of, especially since opening Fit Method, you know, in the beginning I was that girl that you'd see me post something in the bathroom, like, oh, here are my abs in the bathroom, and, you know, you're you know, it's not what I post anymore. You know, it's my brand's changed. Nothing against that. There's a lot of girls out there that do that, which is fine. It's just, I don't feel like I need to do that anymore.
Right.
And so it's crazy.
You have a lot of class to your posts.
Yes.
I've seen it. There's class to it. You're not just...
I just, and the crazy thing is, you know, you'll get those posts where you post your body, you know, you're in a dress or something like that, and let's say I get 900 likes. But then I post a picture of me at a school talking to kids about being healthy, you know, being a motivational speaker or something, and it will get less than half of that, you know? And so I would rather put out value and consistency in class and education and to see what I'm doing in the community or what I'm doing on this news station or what I'm doing with the people in class versus taking 1,000 photos of me half naked, you know.
Well, and you
But
can tell the
likes are
difference
completely
too.
different.
Yeah. Well,
You know?
the thing is, you can tell the difference though, because I've met with people to interview for this particular podcast
Right.
for a similar episode,
Right.
right? And they had a good amount of followers. And just like I did with you when we talked on the phone first, for you and I, when we talked on the phone first, it was a little bit more of a done deal because I've already kind of been following. I learned my lesson because it was awkward not being able to get her on the show
Right,
once
right.
I realized that it may not be a good fit. But
Right.
a lot of it is the half naked pictures, and it's hashtag hot chick, hashtag booty.
Right.
And what happens is, yeah, you're gonna get a lot of likes,
Right.
but if you look at the comments, it's not great for the brand.
Right.
Because the comments that the men are saying,
Right.
and even some of the women,
Right.
it's not good for brand.
No.
And they can't be turning into customers.
Right. And that's what I look at. I mean, I think twice about the things I put out because I'm like, man, do I want, you know, this member who comes in every day and, you know, with 3 young girls coming in and do I really want to put that image out there?
Right.
You know, what is it really going to do for me? Oh, I'm going to get 1,000 likes and all of these men saying these certain things. Like, I don't really need that, you know?
Right.
For me, I want to show people inspiration and to show that, hey, I'm actually doing something in the community to help. You know, let's say Instagram, let's say social media went away today, I would still be doing those same things. I would still be in the community. I would still be talking at schools. I would still be providing information on news networks. You know, I would still be doing those things without all of that, you know.
You know what's funny is I wrote a blog that actually did pretty well. It was like a year and a half ago, and it was called "Don't Even Think About Doing SEO." You probably heard of SEO by now,
Yes.
right? Search engine optimization. Now I'm a big believer in SEO. I think it's a great idea, but the reason I wrote that is not saying I'm not endorsing it. I'm saying if you're thinking about it, if you're thinking about keywords, if you're thinking links, if you're thinking this, you're never going to do as well. And the advice I give in the blog is act as if Google, Yahoo, and Bing don't even exist.
Right.
And how else would you use the internet?
Right.
How else would you be in the community?
Right.
Because all those things, all those articles you may write, and all those things in the community may do, those all get internet attention, which actually help you rank well on search engines. I mean, obviously you have to have the foundation done,
Right.
but outside of that, on an ongoing basis, if you can just act as if those search engines didn't exist and use the internet for all the other amazing things, it works. And you know, with fitness and social media, it's the same thing. I think sometimes people are so focused on the activity, but they're not focused on the goal. You know, people will go in and wander in LA Fitness. You can see them, and they're pushing and pulling stuff around, but they don't actually have a goal.
Right.
You know, get to this body fat percentage
Right.
by this date and be able to run for this long, or
Right.
whatever their goal might. They don't have one.
Right.
They just know I want to be better, but there's no
Right.
difference.
Right.
Business, the same thing. Oh, how many clients do you want? As many as I can have. I get that.
Right.
I understand it, but how many do you want by when? You know,
Right.
and they haven't even thought about it.
Right.
Okay, now to be able to answer, I need 60 more clients by
Right.
July.
Right.
Okay, great. Now, how are we going to get there?
Right.
Maybe links and all those things aren't going to get you there. What's going to get you there fastest? Social media, same thing. They're focused on is the activity. I need likes.
Right.
I need comments.
Right.
No, you don't.
No.
You need to grow your business.
Right.
How is that going to get you there? You're focused on the activity. You should be focused on the goal and what activity using these avenues are going to
Right.
get you there.
Right.
What you've been able to do is use social media and not worry about the likes as much, not worry about the hashtags that will bring in the comments and any shares or anything like that.
Right.
You're actually focused on the value and
Right.
you're focused on the customers, focused about sending the right message with the brand.
Right.
And the funny thing is, because of it, you may be getting less likes, you may be getting less followers, and some other person has had 2.4 million
Right.
weirdos following her.
Right.
Right. But you actually have really good quality comments that
Right.
I would be proud to see my wife be a part of that
Right.
company and
Absolutely.
be a member there.
Absolutely.
You know, and
Absolutely.
see, and if let's say you wanted to have a girls' night out, I'd be okay with my wife going to hang out with you and the rest of the team that's going to go out, because
Right.
I feel like you are somebody that maybe she looks up to as a
Right.
mentor and she wants to aspire to be like, and I'm okay with that.
Absolutely,
You know?
absolutely. And I think I think, you know, people do look at social media, whether it be a news organization or an opportunity to freelance write for a magazine or being asked to speak at a school. You know, if a principal is asking me to speak at a school and he happens to look up the social media and see that I'm half naked in all my photos.
You have no shot.
Does he really want his students having me talk, or does he really want me to go talk to his students? No.
Isn't that funny? So they're doing all this to grow their business. They have no idea. They'll never know that they're killing opportunities.
Absolutely.
They think they're not lucky. I don't know what's happening. Oh, it's oversaturated. This industry's oversaturated. It's not that.
No.
It's you're killing opportunities. And if you can really just focus on how can I help my customers as much as I possibly can, the right way, and everything about your content's really focused around that. Now people are going to want you to speak, which that happens all the time. You're on TV. I think you were on TV like 2 or 3 times this month. I feel like every time, like I think 3 times I saw you.
And I'm on again tomorrow morning.
Really? Where are you on? Fox?
Fox, yeah.
So this will be unfortunately live by then, but we'll do a social media post for you. We'll share it. So I'm sure you're going to share, and I'll share. So, but yeah, so you're on Fox tomorrow, and then you were just on TV again like a few days ago, right?
CBS.
CBS. And then before that, you were on again with the kettlebell one.
Yes, news channel. Well, CBS again.
So let's talk about the 3 topics. So there was how to properly use a kettlebell. That was the one I saw.
Yeah.
I DVR'd it. I didn't want to miss it.
Yeah.
And then the one a few days ago, what was that one about?
That one is, so it was nutrition based. So basically the best foods to eat before a workout and after workout, but more specifically before a HIIT workout. So high intensity interval training workout. A lot of people are confused about what to eat or not to eat or what. So we did that. And then I'm all about keeping things into perspective. So I will never advocate deprivation diets or extreme diets or anything like that. It was one of those things where I learned from past experience. So again, it's all about education. So I put up 5 foods, different foods that people will indulge in, especially being summertime and parties and things like that, whether it be some potato chips, maybe a piece of pizza, chicken wings, things like that. Well, I put in, okay, so if you want to indulge in this, how much exercise are you going to have to do? And
that's a really cool perspective.
I didn't pick like the type of exercise that you got to go to a gym for either. So let's just say you don't have a gym membership. Well, if you have this, these bag of potato chips, you're going to have to do 30 minutes of mowing the lawn. Or if you have this slice of cheesecake, you're going to have to do 54 minutes of lunges, and that's something you can just do in your backyard, So I really wanted to keep it easy for people. I wanted to keep it into perspective. Maybe it will force them to share that cheesecake versus eating it all by themselves. Or maybe make a different option when it comes to chips. Maybe don't have those fried chips. Let's go and have the baked potato chips, and that might be better for you. So,
or even just because now what you're doing is you're making a different A/B option.
Right.
Before the option was, all right, eat the pizza and be happy.
Right.
Or don't eat the pizza and hate that I didn't get to eat the pizza.
Right.
But now the option is eat the pizza or mow the lawn.
Right, exactly.
I hate mowing the lawn more than I like eating the pizza.
Right, but then it might be like motivation, like, okay, well, I'm going to eat this pizza, and then it'll kind of put it in perspective. This is what I need to do to burn it off, or the amount of calories that you're eating. So those are the 2 new segments,
That's really, really cool. So that's awesome, and again, focus on the right content. The hashtag booty girl isn't going to get that opportunity. So how did you even come across, are you outreaching or are they coming to you, or is there a combination of both? How are you getting these opportunities?
I am like my own PR person. I don't have a PR or anything like that. I do everything I've made very good connections and relationships with others, and I am always thinking about ideas. I'm thinking about ways to help others in a very creative way, like the eat this, not that, or and I also go based on experience. So if I, for some reason in a couple weeks, I'm getting a lot of these questions about the pre-workout, post-workout, and for some reason I was getting a lot of those questions, Felicia, what should I eat before the HIIT workout? I don't know, I'm hungry, but should I not eat? Am I going to burn more fat? Like, people are confused, so keeping it very simple. And I was thinking, okay, CBS had come in and we did the whole kettlebell segment. And then that's when I kind of threw out those ideas. I said, what would be really great is if we did a lifestyle segment on nutrition, on this, and this. And then they're like, send us your ideas. So then I'll have 7 or 8 different segment ideas that I email out, and they might bite on 2 of them, 3 of them. So there we go.
And when you write it, is it extensive detail? Is it bite size?
It's like, less than a paragraph. With examples to kind of put it into layman's terms.
And you ever send pictures or video, or just a quick sentence or 2?
No, just
bullet
quick
points?
Sentence, bullet points, kind of straight to the point, and the producer looks at it, and it's either yay or nay.
Is this something you think anybody can do, or do you think a person has to like really go learn PR in order to figure this out?
No, I don't think you got to go learn PR, but you have to be persistent with it because you will get a lot of no's. And just because you get a no doesn't mean you're never going to be on TV. You're never going to be able to talk about what you're passionate about, or that sort of thing. So I think it is important to know how to write and
Isn't
grammar
it crazy
and
how
punctuation.
how many no's you get in business?
Yeah.
In every different way.
Oh yeah.
You get no's from PR, you get no's
the
from
time.
employees, you
Yeah.
get no's from prospects, you get no's
yeah.
from customers.
All the time. All the time.
Gosh.
I look back at and the times that I've been told no, I literally would not be, if I followed their advice and just kind of like, all right, well, I guess I'm not doing that. If I followed that advice, I would not be where I'm at today.
It's pretty
Right.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
So with the social media and what you're doing right now, I know obviously I see your stuff on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I see your stuff on Instagram and all that, and obviously the PR stuff's working really well. Do you actually do any type of written content, any blogs, or do you ever guest blog for somebody else, or do you ever guest video or anything like that, or
Right.
guest snap? I saw you
Yeah.
sharing snaps with somebody. Well, let's
Yeah.
get to the sharing snap in a
Okay.
minute because I want too many questions.
Okay.
Let's start with the writing. Do you ever write at all, or have somebody
Yes.
write? Yes. Okay.
Yes,
Let's talk about that.
I love writing. I would say writing is like my passion.
And where do you write?
I write everything from fitness-related content, the things that people want to know, like, sugar, what is sugar going to do to my insides, that sort of thing.
On your own blog?
On
or?
my own, yeah. Well, I actually write for a couple different. So for a while, I was writing for Arizona Foothills magazine. I did that for about a year, and then I was a spokesmodel for High Health.
Okay.
So here in the Valley, there are 50 High Health. I was a spokesmodel for about 2 years for them.
Wow.
So I wrote pretty consistently for them, whether it be, they like anything current, so they'll send pitch ideas like, hey, there's an egg shortage right now. Can you talk about eggs? So I'd put like a blog together about eggs. There was this huge controversy on The Biggest Loser a couple years back, or maybe last year, that the winner had gotten too skinny and she lost too much. And there was this huge controversy, and I wrote about the controversy, or I'll write about my own personal struggles. A lot of what I write isn't necessarily, eat this to get the six-pack. It's more like the way I feel about certain things. So let's just say I wrote a blog a couple weeks ago about success. So a lot of times people would think success in terms of financial or something that they have accomplished or gained, buying a new car or having a great job. Well, I really had to sit back and think about success on a smaller scale, but a large scale. So for me, the success would be, hey, I no longer have food issues.
Okay.
I can go to the grocery store and I can buy this dozen cookies. I can bring it home and I'll have one after dinner instead of eating the whole dozen. Because trust me, I was a binge eater and I would eat that whole dozen because for some reason I thought that I was never going to have cookies again. And I had to eat all of those right at that moment, or else, I didn't know what was going to happen. So I had to eat all of it to get it out of the house. Well, success for me now is, hey, I can buy those dozen cookies, I can bring them home, and I can make them last like a normal serving size.
You are so much stronger than me.
Right.
I don't put them in the house.
Right.
I don't, because it's bad.
Yeah. See, like I'm okay with. I don't have any.
I have a
food
big
issues
sweet
now.
tooth. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
I
Good
know.
for you.
I love.
So
sweets.
I'm gonna have to pick your brain on that off
Yeah,
show,
right.
Because I want to keep a couple in the house. Because when company, my sister hates coming over my house, because she's like, "What do you have? There's
You have
nothing to eat.
nothing-
Cashews."
yeah. Right. Right.
So that's actually pretty cool.
Right.
I'll pick your brain about
Right.
that.
But that's success. You know what I mean? That's success
Right.
on a different scale, but it's still success.
Right. Well, anything that you have a challenge with, that you're
Right.
able to overcome.
Right.
Just being able to not snooze for a whole week straight and just get up as soon as the alarm clock. That's
Right.
a success for some people.
Yeah.
I'm actually creating a shirt called, what the heck was it? He who uses snoozes loses, or something
Right,
like that.
right.
Yeah, we're coming up with some really cool like shirt ideas for like our customers to wear and
That's
just kind of
cool.
keep them motivated. One of the things that we talked about behind the scenes too was competition.
Right.
And we get this from almost everybody we talk to. It was so great when they first started their studio, or maybe they just missed it, because it's all about the big box gyms, the LA Fitnesses, the Pure Fitnesses, right? And then all of a sudden these little boutiques started opening up. That wasn't really our big time 10 years ago. And now it's just like you have a CrossFit here, and I think if I look out the window, I can see a CrossFit there,
Right,
and
right.
oh, look, there's a TRX place. Oh, there's a undercover training. There's so
Right.
many different things, right? And it's tougher if you're looking at your business the wrong way. We talked earlier, it's not really your competition.
No.
Because if you have the right goal, right, like you do, which is my goal is to help as many people get in shape as possible.
Right.
If that's your goal, we're kind of on the same team.
Exactly, and that's how I look at it. You know, this industry's been tough. I have had to really develop a thick skin in this industry when it comes to things like that. Because for me, again, in the business world, yes, there's competition. You know, you have competition. There's these gyms all, you know, let's just say they're all in the same little space, and they're fighting for members or for clients or for people. And I said, you know what? There's enough people in this state for everybody, and there's a lot of sick people out there, overweight people that need help. And I think exactly how you think, that we're on the same team here. We are trying to reach those people and help those people.
Right.
And again, there's enough people out there for everybody, you know. And there's so many different options for people. Hey, you know, a member may come in and not like cycle, not like spin, not like TRX, but they go down the street and they like Bikram yoga.
Right.
Great for them. They're being active. Or sometimes they don't even want to go to the gym. Like, you know what? I like doing my workout outside. I like hiking, or I like walking the track. We're awesome. That is great
our
for
goal
you.
as fitness studios in this community is to get this entire community healthy.
Right.
Feeling good, being happy with themselves, being confident, living longer and healthier throughout that life.
Absolutely.
But you know, everyone's talking the same language, which is funny because you know what that language is? We're different.
Right.
Which makes everyone the same.
Right.
Every single person. Well, we're different.
Right.
You know, we're a little better.
Yeah.
We do this. So we like to structure ours a little different. Look, do you help people get in shape? Yes. All right, so you're kind of like the same.
Right.
You do it different.
Yeah.
But let's stop fighting each other.
I know.
The competition is McDonald's.
Right. Exactly.
People that want to make people get out of shape is the competition.
Right.
Taco Bell, I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm going to get sued for that. Hopefully this show doesn't get big enough to where McDonald's like hits me with something.
Yeah.
But you know, seriously, at the end of the day, it's people that in my business, if you also own a company that wants to help fitness studios grow their fitness studios, that's cool.
Absolutely.
How can we collaborate?
Absolutely. I'm all for that. I think that's why too, some other things that we're doing as a team, especially team building, is one of our goals is to go out and try another studio. You know, we're trying to get all of our teammates together and employees together and go out and do the new cycle bar that just opened up, you know, out in Scottsdale.
I went to that one.
You did?
It was good, yeah.
Oh, I would
Sarah
love to
and
try
I
that.
went. I think you talked to Sarah.
Okay, yeah.
It was really, really cool.
And, you know, going out there and again, you're being active, you're trying something new, you're supporting another business. I think it's so important. Support is few and far between. And I've experienced that as well and especially at my level. And it's tough, you know, because I want to be supportive of others and I don't always believe the same things that other businesses believe as far as competition goes, you know.
Right.
So it would be so amazing if everyone thought that way, you know.
Well, they can.
Yeah.
So one person just needs to start thinking that way,
Right.
and then we start talking about
Right.
it, and then you go to lunch and you start talking
Right.
about it. Next thing
Right.
you know, it's like everyone's thinking the iPhone's cool because everyone starts talking about how cool the iPhone is. It just starts spreading, and the
Right.
next thing you know, people are all iPhone people,
Right.
or your Droid people, hopefully.
Right.
But the point is, all we need to do is have more people start understanding the language.
Right.
Because you know we're not competitors. We both love the same thing, and we've chosen the exact same thing to do for a living.
Right.
Like we literally love. Imagine as a kid if you love Super Mario Brothers, and you meet another kid that also loves Super Mario Brothers, and going, oh, you're my competition. You like Super Mario too.
Right.
No, we're like best friends. We're hanging out now. you know?
Totally.
And it should be the same way. But you
Yeah.
know, it's just we
Great
everything's
movie, by the
perspective.
way. I just saw it in the theater.
Which one?
Oh, that was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I
Still
was a
same
huge
genre.
Ninja Turtle fan. I grew up, I was a 90s kid.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtle was my deal.
Totally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was bad. Actually, my biggest punishment when I was a kid for getting bad grades, 4th grade, I went into my room once and I had the most amazing collection of Ninja Turtles. I had the van, I had the shell,
Oh my God, I
I had
love it.
everything.
Yeah.
I went into my room, it was all gone.
Right.
You know what they left me with?
What?
A nunchuck, a little nunchuck.
Oh,
They left behind, I
no.
missed it.
Do you remember the ice cream man? They had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, the ice cream.
No.
And then they
Oh,
had
yeah,
the
yeah,
gum
yes,
for the eyes
yes.
that was too hard. That was so hard that it like broke your teeth.
Was that your ice cream?
I love that ice cream. Yeah.
Because it was Ninja Turtle.
Ninja Turtle, right?
One of the things too that I saw and we'll kind of circle back to the Snapchat deal.
Right.
You're sharing Snapchats with somebody, right? Or
Yeah.
you're letting somebody get control. And I know Gary Vee, I don't know if you follow Gary
Yeah.
Vaynerchuk. Gary Vee had done that where he actually was letting people give him their login credential for Snapchat
wow.
for a day.
Yeah.
And so on his phone, he would log into their Snapchat.
Yeah.
And so let's say it was me,
Right.
you would actually watch my Snapchat, but it'd be Gary Vaynerchuk
Oh, wow.
throughout all day,
Yeah.
right?
It's
Isn't
like
that kind of cool?
Snapchat takeover.
Snapchat
Kinda like
takeover.
The Instagram takeover, Snapchat takeover.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think I saw you do something, I don't know if it was a Snapchat takeover, but what was it that you were doing on Snapchat? What are your latest strategies?
I was doing, so to get people interested, so I have to try to, that's the thing is you don't get, in order to gain the following and get them interested, you can't post it on your other pages, right? So
Right.
you just post it on Snapchat. So what I did is I've in production with this thyroid video, right? Showing people how I healed my thyroid and what my home life is like and what my workouts are like and what I was eating and some recipes, things like that. So I basically did like a Snapchat behind the scenes of the video production,
Okay.
but I didn't put it out there for everyone to see. It was only on Snapchat.
Really?
Yeah.
And did you use other platforms to let them know what was
Yeah,
exclusively happening
like,
on Snapchat?
Yes. That
Good.
initial video or initial photo that said, hey, head on over to Snapchat, look what I'm doing. And then the whole day I just sort of did that behind the scenes of the thyroid production. And actually there was a lot of women after that were messaging me, that reached out, that
Really?
started following me, but then actually started emailing me for information about the video.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
And you can use channels to promote other channels, which is
Right.
weird. It's kind of like you're sending someone away to
I
send them
know,
back.
I
Because
know.
on Snapchat, you can't post links.
Right,
But you
right.
can say, hey, everybody, just
Right.
wanted to let you know on Facebook, we just posted a link to a new video
Right.
that shows you what exactly you should eat before a power workout. Go ahead
Right.
and check it out because we're going to take it down soon.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Now you're just shifting. And the funny thing is on Facebook, you're saying, hey, we're having behind the scenes,
Right.
and you just keep doing it, but
I
it gets
know.
people engaged.
It does. It gets
over
them
and over and over.
excited and wanting to go, especially if it's something that they're really interested in.
Right. Last thing, so I know that on social media you definitely post a lot of the fun stuff that happens in your studio and really some great ideas for people to be able to improve their health,
Right.
health lifestyle. But promotions or offers, do you ever do anything where, whether it's paid or organic, where you run some sort of a challenge to get people in, or you run some sort of a free week, or like a Mother's Day, everybody's free for today, or first day of summer? Do you ever run anything like that to just get new people in the door?
Absolutely.
So what has been your most productive offers? Let's say like top 1, 2, 3.
Oh, definitely the first one would be free week.
Free
so
week.
we do a fitness texter is what it's called.
Okay.
So we have a number. You text FR Fit Method to a certain number, the whole text messaging, they get a free week. So the free week's been awesome because we feel like it's just the good amount of time for them to try all the classes, see if they like it, and it's short enough to where, hey, we can engage with them and say, hey, you've tried
Right.
it now for a week, do you want to sign up? So sometimes with the 2 weeks or a month, we kind of lose them a little bit, in that
Right.
month.
No, the week is we
trying to
actually do
keep
the same.
engaged.
That's funny.
So yeah.
The funny thing is too, the biggest rebuttal we get from fitness studios about the free week is, I don't want to give away an entire free week. The funny thing is, what you don't realize, you obviously do, is that if they come the first day, if it wasn't their thing,
Right.
they're not coming for the rest of the week.
No.
So you're not wasting money
No.
there. And if they do come back the second day, that's a really good sign.
Right.
If they come back a third time, then they're overcoming the number one obstacle as to why
Right.
people don't sign up. The reason most people don't sign up is because they don't think I could work it into my schedule.
Right.
I can't, I don't have the
Absolutely.
time, it's hard to get there with the kids, and then I have this. Once they can come 3 times in 1 week, it's like, I can make this work.
Right. And you know what's great is a lot of these people don't even wait till the end of the week to sign up. So if we get them, if they're still coming by that 4th or 5th day, we have them as members, and they're ready. They're like, okay, I'm ready to sign up. Let's do this,
Right.
So it's really cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
And what would you say have you ever run a challenge, or have you ever run like a free full day for whoever, anything similar to that?
Yeah, we'll do like bring your friend for free weekends. So on the weekends,
that's cool.
it's like, hey, bring a friend, because weekends are a little bit more relaxed. You're not quite rushing in time like during the weekday. And weekends you're kind of, can kind of convince your friend to come along. So
That's cool.
we do bring a friend Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, you have class on Sundays too?
Yeah.
And that probably helps out because a lot of people don't.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
it's great. And we do, what we do as well to really help get the word out, because it's all about brand recognition, right? But it's a free way to get brand recognition is Facebook. So we do, hey, if you check in 10 times with 10 check-ins, you get $10 off next month, or things like that. Or
Wow.
you refer 3 friends, we'll drop your membership down 10%.
Now, when they check in, do they have any rules? Like, do they have to post a picture,
No,
or just check in?
it's just checking in. A lot of times they do post pictures, or they'll like describe the class they're taking or something like that. And that has been amazing, because people start seeing that. And a different set of people here, a different set of people here, and their friends and their friends. And that really helps to push Fit Method and get you out there more, is because, I've heard of Fit Method, or my friend posted it on her page. I really want to go try that out, So that's been really successful for us too. So
That's great. Yes, so many people don't use the check-in features.
Right.
And not just there, but on Yelp as well. If you can get them to just check in more
Right.
often, that stuff gets
Right.
seen by your friends.
Right, absolutely.
And it gets liked, and all it really does is it builds familiarity
Right.
around my friend who I like and trust, and a brand that I don't know yet, but little by little I start seeing it more, and
Right.
familiarity creates that trust and
Absolutely.
comfort, and it's tied in with my friend, and
Right.
it just makes it easy.
Right. You know what's great about having a private studio as well, or a boutique type gym, is I give away a lot. So sometimes I give more than I actually receive, and I love giving away. Like, I love getting a $50 gift card at Lululemon, let's say once a month. Or
Lululemon.
somewhere. Yeah.
Molly's a huge Lululemon
Yeah,
fan.
love it.
Off
Yeah.
screen, you guys don't see, but
Love it.
Okay.
So, get a $50 gift card, and I'll post, hey, come to Saturday morning class at 9 o'clock, and we are doing a raffle at the end of class. Or I'll get, $5 gift card at Dutch Brothers, because we have Dutch Brothers right next to the gym. And
Right.
we like to support the local as well. And so I get $5 gift cards. Hey, on Saturday if you come in, or Thursday night if you come in and you check in, you get entered into a raffle for a $5 gift card, and then we'll do the raffle at the end of class. I do a lot of that.
Genius.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do a part 2.
Yes.
'Cause I feel
there's
like-
so many ideas.
I
but-
feel like I don't even know, because I thought I was done.
Yeah.
And then you just keep going.
Yeah,
But this is getting long.
Yeah, I
but it sucks because I don't want to stop it.
I can't stop talking.
Would you be open to doing a part 2?
Yeah,
In, let's say,
absolutely.
like maybe a couple months?
Yeah, totally.
I
I'm
would
gonna be
love.
heavier.
Oh, that's right, because of the.
It's okay though. I don't
Sorry.
mind. I have to accept my body
That
and
is
accept
okay.
the weight gain.
But at that point, we probably will be able to talk about
Probably,
why.
yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do this. Let's wrap up for today and get
Okay.
people excited about a part 2.
Okay.
And you're just doing a lot of really great things. Honestly, super impressed. Not just because it sounds like you're really focused on the right things as far as your customers, your members go,
Right.
but you somehow found a way without any real training to really integrate all the important pieces, the check-ins, the Facebook activity, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, video, PR, blogging. It's like, it probably is now starting to sound like more than you probably
Right.
thought like yesterday.
Yeah.
You're probably now realizing, well, I am doing a lot of shit.
Yeah, I know. I know. The whole news thing, tomorrow, which is kind of off subject. The news thing tomorrow, a couple weeks ago, I was just like, I really want to get more literally Gilbert Police Department is right across the street from Fit Method.
Okay.
And we have some police officers that come in that are actually out of shape. And I know the TRX can benefit them greatly. And my fitness director, Casey, her husband is graduating from the police academy next week. So I'm like, how can we do this? How can we incorporate the police academy? They're graduating. Casey, my fitness director, was a police officer. We have the police, and then everything that happened with Officer Glasser, and the officers are kind of in the media right now, and I'm like, how can I give back somehow? So sent out a press release to Fox.
Wait, really quick, I want to hear the rest, but think about the question you just asked.
Yeah.
How can I give back as opposed to how can I take advantage of that?
Right.
It's two different ways of thinking.
Right.
And you're really coming up to usually a similar result, but it's handled so differently on the way. But anyway, go ahead.
Absolutely. No, I agree. So I, just to put, TRX out there and to show officers that it's really great for them. So pitched an idea to Fox and said, hey, we want to talk about TRX training. The officers are graduating next week, the police academy, and my fitness director is a police officer, and how can we show the benefits of TRX and incorporate the academy in there and things like that. So we're going on tomorrow, and then we're giving a whole month, the rest of all of July is basically the officers get anything government, so fire department as well, can come in and take free classes.
Really?
Yeah, and just really, because a lot of it, gosh, they would benefit so much, the TRX, especially among officers, because they're building their core and they're pulling their body weight. And so we really want to show that. So we're doing the whole month of July free to government state employees. So
This is such a valuable episode. I'm really excited to launch this
Yeah,
one.
I know
And they've all been really valuable, but this is the one that I think most people don't think they can do.
right,
They don't even know how to start the whole, okay, how can I give back? Because they're thinking it's going to cost a ton of money.
right.
They don't realize that there's a really
It just
good
takes
angle
action.
if you're thinking about it the right way.
Right.
As opposed to how can I take advantage of it, then you start thinking about money. You know,
Right.
and social media, you know, you're thinking too much, you're thinking
Right.
too deep, just like you said, it's about how you feel.
Right,
You know, and that's what you're going to work on today.
right.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
This is so fun.
Seriously,
Thank you.
this was great.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to have you on for a part
Me
two.
too. Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you on TV tomorrow.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah, you
tomorrow
guys
morning.
will see it shared.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks
All
so
right,
much.
thank you so much. Bye.
Bye. Thanks so much for joining us today. If you like this episode, then subscribe to our podcast on iTunes or Stitcher and to our YouTube channel to never miss an episode. You can get all the links by going to thegsdshow.com. Thanks, and see you next time.